What is going on, you guys? How are you? Anybody in there? Paul, how's it going? This is going to be really short, Paul. Really short. Oh, I got a loop going. So let me pop out the chat here. I've got about 7 minutes till the pass starts. Pop out chat. Close this bad boy. And I can see what's going on. Touch base with anybody in here. Steve, K1GMM, Vermont. Fox November 33. Got to throw that in there for the satellite stuff. So, yeah, it's cold. And it's not bad down here. But I have air blowing on me from some of the equipment, so it's a little cool. I'm 7PNR. The other Paul. So I hope you guys are doing well. This was very spur of the moment. I was like, I'll stream it. And I figured I'll address something that I had posted in a previous video. Something I was thinking about playing with. This is a 435 Transverter. It is the most worthless pile of crap on the face of the earth. 6 minutes. So basically what I was planning on doing is I was planning on running this for the uplink off the 7300. Smart, right? Well, I guess you have to spend a little bit of money on a 400 plus megahertz transverter. Because right out of the box, this thing's about 8, anywhere, depending on what time of the month it is for this. I take it this is female. I'm not making light of, if there's any women watching or girls, I'm not making light of that. But we all know about PMS, right? So this thing has a serious case of PMS or something, or just, and I get bitchy too. Could be just a bitchy syndrome. You know, men can get bitchy. Right out of the box, depending on what it feels like doing, it could be anywhere from 2 kilohertz to 8 kilohertz off. Hey, Billy, how you doing? And good to see you in there. That's a lot. Now, that in itself is not a deal breaker because I can compensate for that through the software. What is a deal breaker is that the oscillator is not stable and it fluctuates constantly. And I mean constantly. You can watch it literally drift right up the pan adapter when I'm keyed, when it's under transmit. So to be honest with you, I don't even know what you'd use this thing for. I don't even know if you could use it on sideband for like contesting or anything like that because it drifts so rapidly. It's horrid. I can't even believe he can sell these. But, hey, there's a sucker born every minute. Me. So, that's a bust. So I'm back to using the 857D, running console. And thanks for the compliment, Billy, by the way. So I figured I'd let you guys know about that. It's a shame. They're about $70, $80. And it would be you might as well... This is what it's good for. I'll show you. See this? Okay. Pad of paper. There you go. It's a great paperweight. That's about it. So I've been looking at transverters. If you want to get into transverters, you're looking at probably about $500-600 for 400 megahertz, 430, 440. Hey, how you doing? Northwest England, Laird. Yeah, good to see you. So we got about 3 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to work. I haven't streamed one of these. Yeah, I did stream it. I figured I wanted to get that in there with the transverter because I know people are like. I had some comments on I had some comments on the previous video regarding the 7300 being able to constantly Doppler correct while in TX. It's beautiful. And I was talking about using a transverter, so that's why I wanted to address that. Anyways, moving on. So we're going to work the X-Ray Whiskey 2 Foxtrot. It's a pass which is starting, I believe, almost due south, and it's going almost right over my dome. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have the two screens flipping back and forth like every 5 seconds, so you can see what's going on, and I'll have the audio all piped in and everything there. So the X-Ray Whiskey 2 Foxtrot is a linear bird. It's what's called an inverting transponder. You transmit your uplink on 70 centimeters, and you listen on the downlink on 2 meters. Now your uplink you transmit on lower sideband, and you listen to the downlink on 2 meters on upper sideband, hence inverting transponder. And Laird, yeah, just a quick one. I have a 2 meter one here, which seems to work fine. It does drift a little bit. I've noticed it on FT8, but I made a ton of contacts during the September VHF contest with that thing. So it does work. It works great, and I put a brick behind it. And that's for 144. So in the stateside here, 144. Hey, Chuck, how's it going, man? Long time no see here. Here, sideband calling frequency is like 144.2. So that's why I ordered that one in 144. Oh. Laird, Nigel. So your name is, so you want me to call you Nigel? I was going to ask you that. We got 1 minute before it starts, the pass starts. So what you'll be able to see is the azimuth elevation rotators, which will be on the screen. It's nighttime here, so I'm using a night vision camera to look at it. And you're going to have to excuse the haze around it. What I had to do is I had to put a lens hood over it because the snow and the rain will get on the glass. I have it Rain-X'd. I Rain-X'd the lens on it, but it's still, if you get a big drop of water on there, forget it, man. And Chuck, I'm surprised you caught anything. It caught the live stream because I literally announced it like 15 minutes ago. I didn't even know I was going to do it. But I thought, let's do this. 21 seconds. All right, I got to get lit up. You guys carry on. Let me get this going, and I will be back after this is over. I'm going to have to concentrate here. It doesn't take much to get me derailed, as you guys know. So, hit plus.
Satellite is visible.
Okay, it's visible now. Okay, it looks like it's switching. All right. Yep, it is. Good. Minimize this. Okay, what you're looking at, SDR console is on the right. Satellite tracking software is on the left, or on one of the desktops. Make sure I'm on frequency. Looks like everything is good. This is a southern pass, so I should be into it fairly quickly here. And I already hear people. So if you want to transmit, and if you want to go lower, you have to go up on the external radio. See if we can get Kilo Papa 3 Alpha. Kilo Papa 3 Alpha, Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo Papa 3 Alpha, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. No, it's a little low. It's only about, it's not even 10 degrees. Okay, let's go down and call CQ. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. It's still actually beneath the mountain on the south end. She's going to come up quick though, so I'm going to go up the band, start calling. Audio. There I am. CQ Satellite, CQ Sat, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Fox November 33. CQ2 Foxtrot, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Fox November 33. CQ2 Foxtrot, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Fox November 33. CQ2 Foxtrot, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Fox November 33. CQ2 Foxtrot, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Fox November 33.
The Mike station, I missed the rest of the call. Kilo 1 Golf KSYG, Fox Mary 18.
Kilo Sierra 1G, Fox Mary 18, thank you. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Fox November 33, over.
Is it Kilo 1 Mike Fox November 33?
Golf Mike Mike, Germany, Mexico, Mexico, over.
Kilo 1 Golf Mike K1GMM, Fox November 33, QSL, nice signal.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Great signal coming into the bird. Name is Steve. I'm down here, southwest corner, state of Vermont. Over.
Okay, very good, Steve. That should be easy for me to remember. Name here is also Steve. I am in Northern Virginia, near Washington, D.C., near Dulles Airport. Lovely part of the New England where you're located.
Yeah, it's beautiful up here. It's cold though. I don't know how cold it is down there, and I'm gonna have to constantly unkey because this radio does not correct while in TX. Over.
Roger. You must be running a Yaesu. I believe they have that little feature. I used to live in New England when I got my first one call, so very familiar with a lot of the areas up there, and it does get cold this time of year, but it's
Yeah, you gotta, if you live here, suck it up, right, and just deal with it. Go ahead.
Roger. Okay, I will let you go see if you can work a few more stations. Vermont's a little bit more rare than
Okay, thank you, Steve. 7373. Have a good rest of the weekend, and thanks for the call. I'm gonna have to turn around here. This is Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Fox November 33. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Fox November 33. Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike, Fox November 33.
Kilo Charlie 8, Zulu Kilo, yeah.
Hey, Kilo Charlie 8, Zulu Kilo India. Hey, I think that's John, right? Fox November 33, Kilo 1 Golf Mike Mike. Name is Steve, over.
Yeah, got
Yeah, you too. This is such a good bird. I really like these X-ray whiskey birds. Over.
Yeah, they're fantastic. They really are. Really strong. I mean, I'm 5 watts into it. I can't go any lower. I could if I could.
Yeah, there you go. For some reason, my antenna got flipped here. I've got a. There we go. I've got a pitch rotator on the antenna system as well. And I live deep in the mountains here in Vermont. And not a very good place, not very friendly to play radio. So these south to north passes are really a treat for me. Over. Hey, John, I don't know if you're still in there. It looks like I got somebody right on top of me here. But 7-3 if I don't catch you. Maybe catch you tomorrow on another pass sometime. Good to hear you, my friend. 7-3, K1GMM, over. I'm going to have to go down. Check 1 2, check. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Fox November 3-3. CQ Satellite. Kilo 1 Golf Mike. Fox November 3-3. Oh, she's going down, man. Just about to lose it. CQ Satellite, Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Fox November 3-3. She's below the ridge line there. CQ Satellite, no, I'm out of it. All right, that's it. She's gone. Audio. Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Fox November 3-3. I still got it, and it's not even visible. CQ2 Foxtrot, Kilo 1 Golf Mike, Fox November 3-3. All right, that's it, man. She's done. Oh, good grief. All righty then. Stop this thing. All right. Let me get the chat back up. And I hear the wife and the kid are home. No, it would not, Paul. Let me see if I can catch up. Figured I'd show you guys exactly what's going on. I will go over some things that I have found. It's a dilemma, I tell you. W2MJR, good evening. Let's see. Oh, Greg, what's going on, LXC? You handsome devil. Let's see. See if I can answer any questions. FO64, is that a voice satellite sideband? Matt, just out of curiosity, I haven't even heard of that satellite, or is that a data satellite? Yeah, you can do FM, Chuck. This is sideband. Yes, it is a night vision camera, Paul. Okay, here is a dilemma. I will share this with you guys. FM birds you can work. I've worked freaking Panama on a Balfunkadelicious UV5R HT with a Derringer antenna. All right, you do not need much to work FM. Hey Peter, how's it going? Anything. I mean, guys even work them on a rubber ducky. It takes a little effort, but you can do it. Now, sideband's a little different. This, what you were just seeing, was a sideband satellite inverting linear transponder. Now, the problem is the rigs. Like, I'm running software which has automatic Doppler correction, and it's tied to the radio. So you'll find on the sidebands, this is for any of the guys that haven't worked sideband before that may be interested, if you have an 857, if you have a 991, if you have a 706 Mark II-G, ICOM 7000, anything that does 2 meter and 430, 440 sideband, you can do it. The problem is that some transceivers will not Doppler correct. It will not continue to correct for Doppler shift while you're in TX, which means the minute you hit the TX button, Doppler correction is suspended and it stays right where it was. So it will drift. So it'll start drifting, and you could see it on the pan adapter, right? There are some transceivers that will allow for Doppler correction. Some older rigs, like an old Yaesu 847, there's a bunch of them out there, you have to do the research, that are great for this, but they're long in the tooth, and some of them are pieces of junk. I mean, you may, they're all used, they're all old. You may key it up twice and the thing will go up in smoke on you, and they usually carry a hefty price tag. So what I'm doing here is I'm using, I'd rip it out, but I'm not going to, just an RTL SDR dongle. That's it. I put that on the pan adapter, and I feed the downlink antenna into that, right? And then I use one of these, because what's going to happen is you're going to have intermod. So I use one of these. This is an MFJ 916B. And what this little bad boy does is this takes out your intermod and desense, or intermod. And it works superb, because my antenna, if you look at that antenna, right, that antenna is a 7-element UHF Yagi built inside of a 3-element 2-meter cubical quad. So you can imagine the amount of RF and the signal that is crushing that downlink antenna when I key up, even on a different band. So this almost completely eliminates it, because you have to be able to hear yourself or see yourself to know where you are on the band. Excuse me. So SDR, RTL SDR, some guys say, oh, they don't work worth a crap. I think it works great, man. No reason to even buy anything else. Just buy a good duplex or diplexer, like this little MFJ. It's nothing but a bandpass filter, and you're off and running. Jack that, stick that in the computer. The pan adapter is your downlink. There is no radio on the pan adapter. That's strictly the dongle, right? So you're listening to the satellite on the downlink. Your uplink is the actual transceiver. And so the software, this software by Simon Brown, it's actually a brilliant piece of software. It's very simple, and it's incredibly powerful, and it works really good. The catch is you need a transceiver that will shift while it's in TX. It'll continue to shift. That's why I wanted to use a transverter with a 7300, because a 7300 shifts while it's in TX. So you're golden. The problem is the transverters that you need to use for doing something like this are around $500 to $600. Is it worth it? Yeah. If you're going to get serious about it, sure it is. It's $1,600 for an ICOM 9700, and this system right here, I think, is better. I would never spend the money on like a new ICOM or something like that. This is fantastic. All I need is something that will allow Doppler correction while it's in TX. The 857 will not. The 991 will not. The 817 will not. Excuse me. So this is kind of like the redheaded stepchild of ham radio. there's just not a lot of, nobody caters to it, you know. So it's a tough call. No, that's what I'm saying, Chuck. See, if you've already got an HF transceiver, like you've got an FTDX 3000, right? So I just found some. I need to contact AMSAT, the guys on the AMSAT DMR group, and see what they think about these. I did some reading last night and this morning on these particular transverters. They look freaking incredible. They look like a massive linear, but they have systems built into them. I don't know anything about it, that stabilize the local oscillator. See, that's the problem with transverters in that frequency range. Sure. Oh, see, Kenwood TS2000 is superb radio. The problem is the pieces of crap. If you can find one new that's still in a box, I'd buy it. But they're a fantastic rig, but I would never spend money on one because they're just plagued with problems. Jared, W4ZXT, he knows people that have them literally sitting on the shelf because they don't work. They work for a few months and then they crap out. Something happens to them. Had a friend in the UK, had one, probably still has it. Loved it to death, but you know, you're talking $1,000 for one of those, $1,600 for a 9700. I can get a 430 transverter for $600, and this system will actually be better than that because you've got a pan adapter, which you don't have on a 9700. You see what I'm saying? This is all point and click, and you can see what's happening. Now, you can see it on the waterfall. 9700s I've heard. I was talking to Jared about this past week, and I did a lot of reading about the 9700s, and they have some, ICOM just had a brain out with that radio or something. I guess it doesn't do 9600 baud, which is completely insane. Don't hold me to this, but this is what I was reading. They got rid of 9600 baud on it, which is ridiculous. Think about that. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. They're prone to frequency drift. If you're going to spend $1,600 on a radio, come on. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, if you've got a good, and I was reading that this particular transverter, like guys are running them on old TS450Ss. You can run them on any HF rig. As long as you've got cat control on your HF rig, you can make this all work together. And it's superb because like the AO7, that's a high power bird, man. They say you can run up to 100 watts ERP on the AO7. The AO7 takes some firepower to get into. It's very, very high. That's one of them. Yeah, the FO29 before somebody grenaded it. The Doppler correction is the problem without Doppler correction is there's guys that get in on round tables. The 430 is no more, Chuck. But yeah, if I could get cat control on the 430, it would only if it would shift while it was in TX. That's the catch. I would never do linear satellites without some kind of Doppler correction. The Doppler shifts as much as 50 hertz per second at apogee. It's insane, and you probably saw that. That guy did not have any sort of Doppler correction on his signal, one of the guys in there on that pass. And you hit the key, and it just goes, whoop, it walks right up the friggin' pan adapter in a matter of 2 or 3 seconds. So it's a pain in the butt, man. Yeah. I think, what do you think, Matt? Do you think the 9700, I heard somebody say that's the reason why the price dropped so radically so quick, is because it's got some problems with it. You think that's what's going on? That radio is not worth $2,000. I literally pissed my pants when I saw that, laughing. I was like, give me a break, man. Anybody who buys that for that amount of money is dumber than a fence post. Seriously. Yeah, so I don't know. I can tell you, though, right? This is for you, Chuck. I thought about a 746. A 746 would be a Kraken rig, Peter. I have a friend in Florida has a 746 Pro. If you could find out, this is the way to check this. If your radios will shift in TX, this is what you do. Load this software, right? You don't even need an antenna. Or if you've got a 2 meter 430 antenna there, just plug a 430 antenna into it. Or you can use dummy load. Put it in dummy load, load this software, connect it through OmniRig to this software, pull up one of the satellites and grab one of the satellites, enable it, connect it, and key it up while the satellite is in apogee, at its highest point. The highest point the satellite is, that's going to be the fastest Doppler. Doppler's going to be screaming. So if you key that up and you look at the VFO on the radio and it's switching, it's tracking while it's keyed up, you're in business, man. That's a beautiful thing. So this is for you, Chuck. This is something I noticed, right? I don't know if all Yaesus are like this, but this little 857, man, I'm telling you, the way this thing interfaces, how snappy it is to the software, it is phenomenal. Now the 7300, right? I can click in the external. Let me show you this. Let me move this panel over here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's one thing to say it, but you got to see it. So let me get... Okay. This right here is the external radio pane. All right, this is what's connected to the 857. So Chuck, if you have the FTDX 3000, right? So what you can do is, if you have just download SDR Console, and this software comes with SDR Console. So you go to View. It's under the View tab, and all the way over on the right is a satellite button. Hit that, and it'll open this window right here. So pop open your external radio. This window will pop open, all right? Make sure your OmniRig is running. It's connected to OmniRig. Start it. You'll have to select a satellite. You have to go through and select, click Browse, select a satellite. You can get all that information off AMSAT. And this is really for anybody. Anybody can do this with any of your rigs. If you're thinking about a transverter, if you have a... yes, it does, GM4ZZI. Hey, Lauren, how's it going? So you can check if it's correcting while it's in TX. And for anybody running a Yaesu, I'd love to know if the 3000 is like this, but the 857 is very, very quick. So if you look at this is the VFO right here on the 857D. Okay? This is not what's actually reading because the Doppler shift is running. So if you look here, the radio is actually sitting on 347253 and shifting. This is the Doppler correction that's taking place. So on the 7300, right? Oh my God, Matt. What, they're having finals problems too? So anyways, on the 7300, so if you want to move up or down, right, because they're inverting transponders, so you're on lower sideband on your uplink, your transmitter. So if you want to move down in frequency on the downlink, you have to go up. So let's say let me click, let me relock the TX. So this is your center, 435-340. So, and let's center the RX. So the center on RX is 145,990. So let's say I want to go to 145,985, right? Which is 5 down on the downlink. I'd have to go 5 up on the uplink. So I'd have to go like this. Now, when I do that on the 7300, it takes 2 to 3 seconds for the radio to respond to that. If I do that on the 857D, it is instant. It's like snap of a finger. So, oh, Bill, dude. Bill's my buddy from, he's up north, up in the Northeast Kingdom by Burke. Yeah, I don't, it's just amazing, you know, so, my advice, I wouldn't give anybody advice, but this is something to look at, because you know me, I would never tell anybody what to do, ever. You do what you want to do. Find something that works for you and run with it. But if you got any of you Yaesu guys, if you're out there and you want to get into this stuff and you got an Yaesu HF rig, check it out, man. Check that sucker out and see if the I don't know if the 3000 will correct or not while it's in TX. This Yaesu won't. The ICOM does. So, you got me. Woohoo! Anyways, I got to get out of here. My family's home. Going to be doing pizza. And I figured I'd throw all that at you guys. And for any newcomers that didn't see, if you're thinking about doing this for satellite work, little cheap 435 transverter, don't do it. This is all it's good for. Paper. Weight. That's it. I'm basically throwing it in the trash. You can't use it for anything. So, save your money. And if you go ahead and try it and you get lucky, let me know, because I know I got a lemon. If it is a bust, don't tell me, because you know what I'm going to say? I told you so! Yeah, Lauren, no kidding. No kidding. What is that noise? Sounds like a cat squealing. Catch you later, Paul. I'm out of here, you guys. Have a good evening. And I'll be knocking around, man. 7-3. There you go, Matt. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Blast that sucker. Blow it into a million pieces. See y'all.